Okay, I'm going to talk about what you first do when you get a deck of cards, and this is even if it's just a deck of playing cards or whatever type of divination cards you were to choose. You can't just pull them straight out of the box and spread them out and start answering questions. For one reason, normally when they come in a box, they're actually in a specific order. They're not done randomly. They're done with the major arcana first, done from 0 to 21, and then you have the minor arcana cards, and they're done in their suits, and they're all in place. Just like when you get a package of brand new cards, you know, they're all straight, you know, you have your aces, you have your diamonds, and they're all lined up, ace, 2, 3, so forth. That's how a regular standard tarot deck will come straight out of the box, so you do not want to use a brand new tarot deck and just spread it out and start trying to do readings. In fact, the first thing you need to do is I recommend that you look at the cards. You just kind of, this is in no way in any order either. This is my most used deck. You just kind of look at all the cards, get a sense of the deck. Just kind of, oh, that's a pretty card, or, you know, whatever it is that you're going to end up saying. And just kind of look at the images and make sure that the deck, you know, feels right to you. And once you do that, your next step is to put it in front of you. And do this when you have some quiet time and there's nothing to distract you. You need a little thing of salt, and that's pretty much it. You can also, if you don't have, like, salt, I also use sea salt, not just regular table salt, but table salt works just as good. You can also just use cone incense or stick incense, and you use the smoke to bless or cleanse and bless your deck. Because that's what you first want to do, because who knows, you know, what kind of negative energies might be associated with this deck. You might not know that there's anything wrong with your deck, but, you know, some people believe that because it's made of paper from trees, that it has negative associations, things like that, or maybe it was packaged by the wrong person who had a bad day, and some of their energy is left on the deck even though it never left the box, and it's brand new. So what you want to do is you want to cleanse your deck. So if you had salt, I would pick up salt, and I would sprinkle it over my deck, like so. And then I would put my hand on my deck and say, I cleanse you, and I banish all negativity from this deck. Or something similar. Whatever's the first thing that really goes through your mind that you feel like you need to say. But basically you want to state that you're cleansing the deck, and you banish unwanted energies, negative energies from it. And that just means it's now a cleansed deck. It is literally as good as new. Even if it was a used deck, you can do this and it's like being brand new to you. Then your next step, you're going to want to charge it. Now, some people do things like putting it out in the moonlight, putting it next to a quartz crystal for a night or so. I normally just leave a quartz crystal in the box that I keep my decks in, and I'm good all the way that way. But a lot of the times I don't think you need to really necessarily charge it by energies of the moon or whatnot, or quartz crystal. I really just keep the quartz crystal in there to keep them being re-cleansed over and over and over. It doesn't mean that the use I put into them will disappear. They'll still be connected to me, but they won't accumulate negative energies if people touch my cards. So what I like to do instead is I like to hold my deck in my hands. And obviously I only have one hand for this because the other hand's holding my camera. And then I like to sit here and kind of focus for a moment and think about how I'm going to use them. I like to visualize them being shuffled. I like to visualize them giving correct answers. I like to visualize giving accurate readings to my friends, to my loved ones, you know, to my family, especially my mother, who practices tarot with me constantly. She's actually kind of fun to do that with. She's the whole reason I got into this, too. It's kind of sad. So, you know, I imagine, you know, spending time with my mother doing tarot, you know, whatever I want to do with that deck, you know, that's what I'm going to visualize for a little bit. And then I'm going to hold the deck and state out loud, I dedicate you to the art of divination, to finding answers when I am seeking questions. Or you can say whatever the heck comes into your mind that's similar. Basically, you're trying to tell the deck what you want to use it for. And that is basically stating your intention so that it knows, oh, hey, this person is going to use me for divination, is going to use me for guidance, and it kind of gives the deck a better purpose. So it goes, oh, this person's not just fooling around. So that's how I charge my deck. And it's really just about visualization on this part. And I like to charge it myself versus using the moon's energy, blah, 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 because this makes me feel more personally connected to the deck. And then again, after that, I recommend you study your deck. You know, just kind of, you know, maybe think, okay, if I were to get this card for love, pick this up. What would it mean to you? Just make up whatever the heck comes to your head. And literally, you can do that throughout the entire deck. Love. Ooh, that would be a bad card. You know, ooh, this would be... Oh, I would recommend doing all your cards right side up first. And just kind of going, oh, that might mean this. Or you just come up with something. Whatever, literally, just make up whatever you want. If you want to make up, oh, it's like you're floating in air. Like when you have butterflies. That you can, even though it has nothing really to do with the card, if that's what goes through your mind, that's your answer. You know, oh, if this was love, maybe you're seeking in the wrong direction, or maybe you're looking in the wrong direction, you know, or maybe you're traveling forward, or maybe you're working on building a bridge toward love. And just kind of do that with the deck, just so you can kind of get what maybe they might mean. At first, you can use the little booklet that comes with the deck. In fact, I think I've lost the booklet that goes with this deck, which really goes to show you how much I've actually used it. Not much. But, like, just really start to get a feel for what each card could represent. And that's your first steps to dealing with your deck. I recommend you do that before you do any actual readings for yourself or for people, because you want to learn to understand your deck, and you want to make sure it's cleansed and everything properly before you do readings. And also before you ever do readings, you want to make sure it's really well shuffled, which will bring me to my next video, how to shuffle your tarot deck. Alright, that's the end of this one.